spooky-ass religion that we call Christianity. Excuse my French, but we have to stop believing in this spooky, superstitious lifestyle that we have been in, because that has been keeping us blind. That has been keeping us from being, keeping us from manifesting ourselves to be who we could be, because we have so many spookisms, and we just believe that this spook is gonna drop us bread. No, if you don't grow no wheat, ain't no bread gonna come for you. If you don't, feed your cows properly and allow them to graze and go on the pasture, your milk is gonna be salty. Because if the cows feel salty, you're gonna be salty. But how did you get all of this? You return to yourself. You accepted what was yourself, and that is being a righteous Muslim in complete submission to the will of Allah God. And the will of Allah God is for us to be able to take care of ourselves and manifest ourselves as little gods. But we have to reverse this process of the little devils that we have become. We have to reverse what we have done to ourselves. We have to reverse what has been done to us. And many people scrutinize the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, talking about he deviated and changed. You are a damn lie. That man did not change anything in the teachings of the Nation of Islam. That man seen a dual cause Dianetics from the Church of Scientology, and he seen that it could rid us of our demons and our problems and help us to clear ourselves of aberrations so that we may become who we were originated and destined to be. And I thank Allah for him coming. I haven't even, this is just the beginning of the show, brothers and sisters. We're explaining who we are to, reality on the ground radio. That's who I am now. Where I've come from, trust me, Sister Alexia Ali X has come from a mighty long ways, and I thank Allah, because in 25 or 30 years, I'm going to still be able to say Sister Alexia X has come from a mighty long ways and been through whatever trials and tribulations on the way, but I've stood firm and I have become successful, because the restrictive law of Islam is our success. And to sum up what I was going to say, I just want to explain something out of the restrictive law of Islam is our success, and that is a book by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'm on page 19. I just want to briefly read something to you guys, because this is something that, if you're following word for word, we will be successful. The restrictive law of Islam is our success. Page 19. Section 1. In explanation of the 10th original rule of instruction to the laborers, our Savior, Master Prophet Muhammad, said, the restrictive law of Islam is our success. At any time, anyone who fails to be 100% to the law shall be dismissed from his or her post. This is rule number 10 of the 13 original rules of instruction given to the laborers, given to us in our supreme wisdom lessons. Now, brothers and sisters, I want to be successful. Don't you? We want to be successful in our community lives, successful in our national lives, to fulfill the aims and objectives of our lives and the aims and objectives of the Nation of Islam. Well, some of you are successful at what you do, but is that the success that Master Prophet Muhammad came to offer us as his people? So you got a little money, but are you successful? So you got a nice vehicle, but is that success? The believers must know why we are failing and what to do to become successful. The Quran says you can tell who the believers are, for they are called the successful ones. But the question is, how do you measure success? To gain a better understanding, let us parse each word into sentences. The restrictive law of Islam is our success. The refers to a particular person, thing, or group used to indicate uniqueness. Restrictive, restricting or tending to restrict, limiting. Restrict means that which keeps us within certain limits. To confine. Don't think restrict like, oh, we're just some type of people that don't have no freedom. No, it's just to keep us within our righteous self. Law. The rules of conduct established and enforced by the authority, legislation or custom of a given community, state, or group. Well, wait a minute, Mr. Minister. The back page of the Final Call newspaper says we want freedom. We want a full and complete freedom. How can you say keep us within limits and then say we want freedom, a full and complete freedom? I don't understand. Well, I do. Let's say you are in a plumbers union or a police force. Well, there are certain things that you are allowed to do and not allowed to do. There are certain limits that they have on you because they have rules and laws. Everything that a law creates has boundaries. It is when you get outside of nature's bounds that you run into difficulty. When you have the restrictive law of Islam, it keeps you in the bounds of that which will give you the success that the Savior wanted us to have. Proceeding as product form from or by resulting from an operation or process involving used as a function word to indicate characteristic or distinctive quality or possession. Islam, the nature of Allah, the nature of submission, the nature in which we are created. It is interesting that this rule of instruction is number 10, which is a number that says the people have gone to zero. One is behind them, but they have become nothing. And in order for them to go to the next level, they have to bring one back and replace the zero with the one. The one represents Allah. When you become nothing again, you are divorced from your relationship with Allah and His Christ. When we get outside of the limits of the restrictive law of Islam, we move into death, and we come away from the upward movement toward the success that Master Farad Muhammad came to give us through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Is third person singular present indicated of the word be. B, to exist, live, to happen or occur, to remain or continue to have a place or position. Our, of, belonging to, made by, or done by us. The possessive form of we, used as a modifier before a noun. Success, a favorable or satisfactory outcome or result, something having such an outcome, the gaining of wealth, fame, rank, etc., a successful person. The restrictive law of Islam is what ensures our success. Ensures, to make certain, guarantee, or to secure. If the Savior said luxury, money, good homes, friendship, and all walks of life, and then He came to raise us to eminence where people would literally bow their heads to a Muslim who was really practicing and studying and sharing their knowledge, then your fame increases by degree and you grow in rank. And if you stay within the limits of the law, you will have a favorable and satisfactory outcome. What is the final outcome? To become God. Brothers and sisters, I hope that none of that went over any of your heads. This book, you can find it also on the Final Call. www.finalcall.com/store. The restrictive law of Islam is our success. As the book Message to the Black Man in America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Fall of America by Elijah Muhammad, Our Savior Has Arrived by Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live, books 1 and 2 by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. All of these books, majority of the books that we speak on, you can find these books live and in effect on the store, available for purchase at any time on the Final Call. Now, that was the explanation of the 10th original rule of instruction to the laborers of the Nation of Islam. Now, this is not just a book that the people in the Nation of Islam can purchase. This is something that anyone who calls themselves trying to be righteous or trying to be right can purchase this book and read for themselves what is all contained in here, and then put it and weigh it in the balance and look for themselves. Is this good for me and my family or no? Will this law provide my family justice or no? Will this law provide my family freedom, justice, equality, success, luxury, good homes? Will it provide everything that it's stating? If I'm living to it 100%, yes, it will. Of course, it's going to take us some time because we come from a disorganized society, because we come from dysfunction. But the object of the game is to take the WAP out of the universe to make it spin perfectly on its axis so that we can function perfectly in our right state of mind, so that we can perfect ourselves and take off of this old man and woman and put on a new woman, to take off this urge to go to the strip club and be a hangout spot, and to want to be among the company of the believers, and want to become a goddess and a little god in the making, and want to be able to transform ourselves from this wicked devilishment that we have indulged in into becoming some queens and kings and gods and goddesses of the universe, so that we may be the new rulers, so that this white supremacy mentality is wiped off the planet Earth. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. I done went on for about a good 20 minutes, and I'm so sorry. I did not mean to go on that far, but this is a power pack lecture, and if you have friends listening, tell them to listen and follow Reality Underground Radio and hear the message that will be given tonight, because majority of the information that we'll be giving will be something beneficial to every single person listening. And I'm so sorry, because I wasn't intending to go on that far with that explanation, but I'm so thankful that my husband and brother Prince Muhammad Al-wajid has allowed me to try to reach some more of you, because brothers and sisters, you have to understand that we must look at what is going on and what we need to do, because we must have the spirit to jump into this new universe and kingdom that is coming in. Brothers and sisters, there is no way that this world is going to remain stable. It is crumbling under our feet, before our eyes, all around us, on top of us. It is coming down. This system of government, this economy, this world that has been built by Satan, where the head is in America and the snake, the bottom of his rattlesnake tail is in the Middle East and Arabia, and it is ringing throughout the world. This snake head is going to be chopped off, and the world belongs to the righteous. Not some of it, but all of it. And once again, brothers and sisters, the earth is getting ready to shed off its excess weight, and we need to understand that the only way, this is the basis for us to live in this life now, because the new teachings that's coming in is going to be more perfect, and the restricted law of Islam being our success is a basis for us to pattern our lives after, while this world is still somewhat in existence, but it's not really, because it's really coming down, and it's coming down fast. But this particular book, The Restricted Law of Islam, is our success. This is what will give us justice within ourselves, within our families, within our communities, within our nation. And this is how we will attain justice among us. Now, what we get from outside, we're going to let Allah deal with them. And my husband is going to touch more on what justice from our enemies. I'm not going to speak on that. But what I'm going to finish here on this point is the justice we can achieve by patterning ourselves to try and be righteous